Hello fellow Sudokans and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Sunday the 5th of January 2024. I live in Bangkok and people usually complain about the traffic. It's what we spend a lot of time complaining about. In England they complain about the weather. In Thailand, in Bangkok in particular, and in some other cities, we complain about the traffic. But actually the fact that the traffic is so bad can sometimes save lives. I mention this because I just came back from shopping, went out in my car, and I was at a junction. The traffic was really bad, and so the car had come to a halt, and I was just starting to move off very slowly when at a junction, like a crossroads, when a motorbike came out and another motorbike which was on the main road came, and they collided just to the front and right of my car, and I braked in time because I was only going very, very slowly. But just another. If I'd been going any faster, then maybe my car would have hit the motorbike that was pushed right in front of me. So sometimes the traffic is a lifesaver. Nobody was severely hurt. I mean, things fell off the motorbike. Nobody was. The guys, both of them, just got up and picked up their motorbikes and stuff like that. And of course, this incident will not be reported. I was mentioning the other day about how many accidents there possibly are. And the World Health Organization says that Thailand really underreports the number of fatalities. I mention this because at this time of the year, we have not much news in the newspapers. And so one thing that people always focus on is the number of people dying in traffic accidents over the New Year holiday. I mentioned it the other day, where people always go back to their hometowns. And the current figure given in the Bangkok Post is 363 people died in 9 days and 2,090 people were injured. 2,091 but as I said, that number won't change with the accident that I just witnessed, because people don't report accidents like that. If you crash your motorbike, you've normally, if there's an insurance claim to be had, then things get reported, but to the insurance company and sometimes to the police, but quite often they are not reported. This particular incident will not be reported for sure, I can guarantee it. And if you're wondering what the natural, I was just thinking about something, right? Something just occurred to me. The natural reaction of Thai people when they're in an accident is to smile. It's a very strange thing. Like in many countries, people will be screaming and wailing and stuff like that. In Thailand, when people fall off their motorbike and they get up, they smile. The guy who just was lying on the ground momentarily, he wasn't on the ground for long, but and he had to pick up his things and pick up his bike. His reaction was to smile. It's an inbuilt thing that we do here in Thailand. It reminds me of once when I was back in London many years ago, decades ago, when I was back in London, and this is ingrained in me. I've become very Thai in my behaviour over the years that I've lived here. And I was running down I don't think I've told this story before on this channel, but anyway, I was running down the subway, the underground, the tube as we call it in London, running down the escalator because a train was in, and this was when I was living in Thailand, but I was back on a visit, and I went running down the escalator and I bumped into a woman and knocked her, and I smiled to say sorry, because that's what we do in Thailand. It's our natural reaction. We smile at each other if we have an accident like that. And this woman looked at me like I was Jack the Ripper or something. She went running off, looking at me like I was insane. I thought, oh, don't smile, you're in London, not in Bangkok. It's such a strange thing, people's reactions to incidents. Anyway, like I said, the guy wasn't seriously hurt. They both parties kind of got up, and I went off shopping, didn't have to do anything. Thankfully I was in a car, not on a motorbike. I have had motorbike accidents myself, and it's very painful. Okay, let's start our Los Angeles Times expert level puzzle for today. We've got 4s blocking like this. It's going to give me a 4. in that square there. I can see 4s around. Let's see what's going on. We've got 4s like this. Okay, so 4s in one of these 2 squares. We'll bring it back like this. We've got 4 blocking down here like this. And we've got 4 across here, so I know 4 in one of these 2 squares. Ha, ha. Guess what? There's only one white square in that block. It will give us a 4. Now, there's probably an easier way to explain that, but, you know, it's just the way that I see it. And so if I see it like that, I'll tell it to you like that. Sevens block this way, and upwards. 1 blocks down here, up here, and across there. I'm not noticing anything yet. Not noticing anything, so let's go around the clock and okay, let's look at the ones since they are highlighted. Doesn't mean I was just because digits are highlighted doesn't mean I'm necessarily focusing on that, but I am now. Okay, we've got 2 blocking up here and up here. Oops, you know what I'm trying to do. 2's blocking up there, so that gives me 2 in that square. So then we'll have 2's like this. Those are the remaining possibilities for digit 2. Oh, before we go any further, let's look and see what's missing here. 169, is it? Okay. So, what else do we know? 169. So, 7's over there. 7 and 8 blocking down here. So that's a pair of 7 and 8 in those squares there. This is 169, that's 7, 8. So this has to be 3 and 5. Now we've got 5 blocking across there. So there's a 5 and there's a 3. Right, let me try again. Five down to the bottom here like this, 5 across here, across there. 5 blocking here puts 5 into one of those squares blocking down. That's our 5. I've got something, but it's not useful, I think. I know that I've got 7 and 8 blocking down here, so I know that these two squares contain 7 and 8, right? So I know that this is 7 or 8. And I have missing in this row, apart from the 7, 8, is 196. And I see 196 blocking this square here. So I do know that these three squares must contain 1, 9, and 6. As I said, it's not very helpful. And it means that that must be 7 or 8 because I've got 7 or 8 there. So I've worked out that that's 7 or 8, but it doesn't seem to help me at all, really. Or if it does help me, I don't know how it helps me. Can't find a unique rectangle out of it, of course, because we've got a digit here already, so it's not going to help like that. I wonder if it will help if I try and look up here. So we know this is 7 or 8. What are the other numbers missing in this column? 2, 3, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5. Oh, it's 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, right? So 7 in those squares, but 8. 2, 3, 2, 3, 7, 5. 8. That's 3, 8. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work. I got a pair there. I got a pair there, but they're not the same digit. It's not going to help me. Got to look somewhere else. Forget that. Got to push that out of my mind. It's not going to do anything for me. I think I'm spending too long on it. Okay, I'm going to put in the pencil marks and finish this game because it's going to take too long. If I just try to play the game without pencil marks, it will take an outrageously long time for me. And so let's not do that. Right, okay, I'm going to put 1, 6, and 9 in those squares. We've got 1 there, we've got 9s there, we've got 6. Anyway, we've got 7 and 8 in these squares. Let's try and do those things first. And I said this is 7 or 8, right? I had so we can't have 7 or 8 along this row here like this. So in these squares here, so 7 is going to be in those squares there. I'll try and do that before I forget. We've got 7s there. Also 8, can't have 8 I've got to have 8 here. Oh, that's okay. We won't make that mistake anyway. Sorry, I'm mumbling. Sorry for my mumbling. I'm just thinking to myself, trying to think out loud. We've got 1s in those squares there. We've got 1s here. So I said before, 2s have to appear in these squares, and there, and now we've got a 2 here. We've got a 2 there now. Am I missing? Am I wrong? 2 blocking down here across here. Oh, so I must have put in a digit before and not rechecked the 2 since that time. Oh, okay. So that's a 7 then. Must have forgotten to recheck. So we've got 2 blocking up here, 2 across there, 2 in one of these squares blocking across, 2 up there and 2 up there. And there's the 2. And we end up with 2s in these squares there, like that. Alright. 3 blocks across here and 3 blocks down there. That gives me 3 in that square. Sixes down there. Okay, I'm just going to continue with the pencil marks, I think. There we are. So that's a pair of 3 and 4. So that's 6 can't exist. 6 has to be in this square here. And that means that's going to be a 9. And we'll get rid of candidate 9 from there. Left with a pair of 1 and 6. So now 9 is in one of those 2 squares there. Many of the viewers will be relieved to see me putting in pencil marks because many prefer that way of playing. I know in the comments section we mostly have the people who play the game without pencil marks, but that's not necessarily the majority. 7 blocks down here, that's our 7. And the missing digit here has to be 8. So that's our 7 over here, that's our 8. Excuse me. Try again with the right keys held down. 7, 8, there we are. So the 8 blocking up here and across there will give me a pair of 8s in those squares, which gives me 8s here. something. 7 is now finished. Okay, I'm going to put in the rest of the pencil marks. I don't think it's going to be too arduous. I'll put the 1 and the 6 in there so we have this complete at the bottom. This side is almost done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks across there. So we get 6 in those squares. 7, 8, and then 9. What do we know about 9? Nothing at this point, I think. Okay, let's go across here. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks like this. So we have a pair of 4s there, which means that that must be 4, and that can't be 4. Five blocking like this. And 9 blocking up here. So that's a single 5 then. Put the 5 there. That's a 5 there. And we should get rid of some 5s. Get rid of that one as well. Put 5 there. That has to be an 8. That has to be an 8. That has to be a 3. That's not an 8. That is an 8. No, it's not. That's an 8. 3. That is not a 3 is what I mean. That is a 3 up there, because we have 3 blocking across. So this is 2 and 9. We've got 9 blocking up there, so 9 in that square, 2 in that square, 2 over here. That's an 8, that's a 3, that's a 9. That's the 4, that's a 3, that's 4. Okay, 2, 4 and 7 are done. 6, 9, that's a 6, 9, 6, 9, that's a 6, 9, and yes, can be. No, nothing to stop it. So what are we looking for up here? I've got a 9 in this square here, so that can't be a 9. Let's get rid of that candidate 9. And that says 5, 6. Well, we've got a 5 blocking that square, so that's going to be the 5, and that must be the 6. And then that's a 1, so that's a 1, that's a 6. Get rid of those 1s. What's left? We've got a 1 here, that's a 1, that's a 1, that's a 1. 9 in that square, 3 here, 6 there, 9, 6. 9 is the last digit up there. The missing number for this column is 8. And 6 blocks across here, so that's our 6, that's our 9, that's our 6, that's our 9, and that's our game finished. So yes, I'd forgotten to recheck. So I actually didn't need to use pencil marks really, to be honest with you, because I forgot to recheck after I placed a digit down here. I forgot to recheck the 2s, or if I did recheck them, I checked them sloppily without really noticing. So, and I didn't realize they had changed. Anyway, that's that. See you around. Take care. Bye bye.